Thanks for tuning in for a little beach yoga sequence. My name is Heidi and I'm standing here at beautiful Cox Bay, just south of or north of Pacific Sands Beach Resort in the little cove towards Sunset Point. So I've got Sunset Point towards my left and over towards the park and Pacific Sands and of course the Pacific Ocean behind me. And take your time to set up in a nice stable mountain pose. So with your feet this time a little wider than outer hip bone width apart and a dome behind your knees. And imagine yourself on the beach with me. You can even turn up the volume to hear the waves. Imagine the smell and the ocean breeze. Imagine taking in a full, all-encompassing view outwards that settles yourself inwards. And acknowledge and trust the nourishment and the medicine of the beach, of the earth, of the water, of the sky, the ancestral territories of the First Nations, the Taloquiet First Nation. We'll start by taking a wide stance. So take your width, moderately wide with your big toes in line. And then turn your right toes towards the park, towards the top of your mat, and lunge into your front knee any amount. But instead of overextending the knee over and beyond the ankle, take it this side of the knee. And create a support here without a rigidity. And then reach your arms in line with your heart and slightly higher. And turn your palms to the sky to receive. Enjoy a nourishing breath in and out. And draw both shoulders back a little bit to brighten a little more through the space of your heart. And stay for another breath in and out. Your next breath, you can place your right hand on your thigh or your forearm on your thigh and reach your left arm over your ear for side angle pose. Again, work through a stability that is nourishing and not one that is overreaching or tense or rigid. You then create a softness in through the groins to wrap your right hip underneath you, and from your pelvis, press into your outer arch and reach your left fingertips a little more towards the park. Your next breath, straighten your front leg and reach your right arm up. Just for a breath, and then come back. Hands on your hips, turn your right toes in, and we'll do that on the other side. Warrior two on the other side. A stability, yet not rigid. And then reach your arms in line with your heart, slightly higher, and turn your palms over. And this time I'm looking towards beautiful Sunset Point, and the sun is not in my eyes, and I can see all the beautiful trees. The rocks. And your next breath, left hand to your thigh or forearm to your thigh, reach your right arm over your ear. And create a tiny bit of softness in through your groins to wrap your left hip underneath you a little more. And then from your pelvis, root down to the outer arch of your foot and reach out to your right fingertips. And come on up, breathe in that full breath in and reach your left arm up straight into your front leg, give it a rest. Hands to your hips and turn your left toes in. And repeat that on the other side with a little bit of a lunge sequence to add to it. Warrior two. Turn your palms up. And side angle. Maybe come down a little lower. Loop your left shoulder back. And turn from your belly, your heart, more towards the sky. And start to look down. Make your back toes strong. Take your left fingertips to brace you. Come up onto the ball of your back toes and lower your back knee. Reach your arms up. Reach your arms wide. Turn your palms and interlace your hands behind your back. Draw both shoulders back and imagine you're here with me. The sun in your face, the warmth of the sun. Last breath. Release your hands, bring your left arm up and arc towards the right. Come back to center, with your arms wide, and wrap your right arm underneath your left. Give yourself a hug or bring your forearms more together. Inside of palms or backs of palms, or hug. And then breathe through the back part of your heart, the upper back through and between your shoulder blades, rhomboids, trapezius. Maybe lift your elbows a little higher. One more breath here. Unravel your arms. Brace your fingertips and step back, hands and knees. Set your tabletop. Fingers spread wide, outer shoulder width apart, knees below your hips. Toes tucked. Inhale for cow. Tilt your sit bones up, broaden through your collarbones, and exhale fully for cat, round and arch through your spine. Move like this on your own. I invite you to take whatever organic or fluid movements that you choose. Stay for another full pair of cat and cow. And move back to neutral. Send your palms up full palm length. Have your toes tucked if they're not. Firm your toes, push down into the earth and lift your hips up. And keep lifting your hips back up, so bend your knees as much as you need to and lift the hips and guide the heart, the chest back. And fill up the domes of your armpits. Look to the top of your mat and take little steps or step forward. And pause for a sweet breath in as you lengthen your spine. And bow forward on your exhale. Make your legs strong. Create domes behind your knees. Bend them. Circle your arms wide and overhead. And palms touch. And hands together at your heart and by your side, back to the shape of your mountain. And stay for a nourishing breath in and out of your nose. And step your feet wide again. And we'll repeat that on the other side. And big toes in line, and then turn your left toes. For me, it's towards sunset point, and create the shape of your warrior two. And reach your wings, your arms, a little higher than your heart, and flip your palms over. And this all expansive, all encompassing view. And take in the entire beach, and take in all your senses. The smell, the sound, what it feels like. And move into your side angle. And create a little bit of softness in your groin. Sometimes that's created by sending your tailbone back and wrapping your left hip under. And then from your pelvis, press into your outer arch and reach your right fingertips a little further forward. Start to peel the right armpit back and turn your navel skywards. And then look down, come onto the ball of your back toes, and brace your right fingertips onto the earth and lower your back knee. Low lunge on this side, reach your arms overhead. Make your wings wide and wrap your left wing underneath your right. You can hug yourself or forearms upright. Back of palms or insides of palms. And full nourishing breaths through the back of your heart. And create some space there. Perhaps lift your elbows a little higher, maybe look up. Release your wings, left hand to your hip, reach your right arm up and arc towards the beach, or towards the surf, towards your left. And one more breath in. Come back to center, fingertips to touch. You can step back to hands and knees or step back downward facing dog pose. Look to the top of your mat and make your way. And pause on a nice sweet breath in as you lengthen your spine. And hinge softly over your hips, you bow forward. Anchor through your feet, bend your knees and sweep your arms wide and overhead, look up. And exhale your hands to your heart. And by your side, a full nourishing breath in and out. I'll turn towards you. Okay, big toe mounds to touch. You can leave a space between your ankles and sit into your chair. Hug your shins and your thighs towards each other. And I'll turn this way, so you see, draw the thigh bones back to lengthen and wrap your outer hips under. And take your wings wide, wrap your right wing underneath the left. Root into your left foot, lift your right knee, roll it in and wrap it over top. Eagle pose. Absolutely fine to stay on both feet or come more into the balancing shape of eagle. An all-encompassing view, outwards, bring it inwards. And unravel the wings and the legs and step back into a high lunge. Come right up onto the ball of your back toes, reach your arms wide, turn your palms and interlace your hands. Lift the base of your heart. Full nourishing breath in, reach your arms up. In your exhale, plant your right fingertips slightly wider than your shoulder. Left hand comes to your hip. Loop your left shoulder back and twist open towards the left. You could choose to stay here or reach up. You could stay here, come up higher onto your back toes, lift your hips, and reach your left arm over your ear. Big stretch. Start to turn your body down. Lower your left hand, bring your right palm in, and step back, downward facing dog. Make your way, top of your mat, and pause for that sweet breath in as you lengthen your spine. Hinge forward at your hips. And that breath of medicine, of nourishment, sweep your arms wide, overhead, look up, palms touch, and exhale your hands to your heart and by your side. So let's try that on the other side. This time I'm not going to face you. Maybe you'll do better. No, doesn't matter how you do. You can have your legs straight, planted both on the earth, or you can move into a balancing shape with me. So bring your big toes to touch, your big toe mounds together, and sit into a tall seat. Then root into your right foot. Lift your left knee and move it into the midline to get the inner thighs touch and squeeze. And squeeze your shins towards each other Make your wings wide and wrap your left wing underneath. Take your variation, whether it's here, here, or palms, the insides of your palms. Eagle pose. Your favorite eagle or your resident eagle here. Or perhaps even one of the other beaches. Unravel your wings, unravel your legs. We're going to step back into the high lunge. Reach your arms up and wide. Turn your palms, interlace your hands. And release your hands and start to hinge forward. Left fingertips to the earth. Loop your right shoulder back. Send your right hip back a little bit. Squeeze your outer hips together. And then you can choose to reach overhead into this runner's lunge twist on this side. When you're coming with me, come higher onto your back toes, lift your hip, and reach your right arm over your ear. And start to look down. Embrace your right fingertips down. And step back. And downward facing dog. Lower your knees. Take your knees a little wider, big toes together, and send your hips back for more of an upright child's pose. And come on forward and bring your legs out in front of you. Bring your legs, place them a little wider. And then the right sole of foot to your inner thigh. This is Janu Shirsasana. And face your left leg. And you can be here, hinge forward any amount. Absolutely fine to have a bend underneath your left knee, or to have a cushion underneath your right knee or a pillow there. And you can stay here, or you can walk your right hand to the outside of your left leg. Maybe you reach for the outer pinky toe edge or even the shin. You feel more of a stretch through the deltoid, the right deltoid, the upper right side of your shoulder. And even through the low back, the lower ribs. And come on out and do that on the other side. Face your right leg, and you can start here. And you choose, maybe your left fingertips come to the top of your shin or top of your right leg, or maybe to the outside. And then pull it towards you to give you that upper shoulder blade, the left side stretch. Unwind, bring your legs out in front of you. We'll finish with just a gentle twist, more of a restorative twist. So you can bring your left leg over across your right leg, or it can be here as well. And loop your left fingertips behind you and twist towards the left, towards sunset point. And breathe fully and completely. And find an ease to the shape. Unwind, and other side. So right leg bent, either across your left leg or out beside it, Loop your right shoulder back, right fingertips behind you, and twist. You can see Pacific Sands Beach Resort, the sun. This beach is beautiful today. Actually, it's beautiful every day. A gentle twist towards the right. Unwind and release your legs. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Create more again, a restorative forward bend. You can even bring your arms underneath your legs. And release the crown of your head. Create more, again, of this all-encompassing view that's outside. Bring it inwards to a still point, to a point of peace. And come on up. I encourage you to take a quiet seat. So this is only going to be 1 minute long. I encourage you to stay with me. You can sit on a chair, or you can sit cross-legged, or however is comfortable, and perhaps even turn up the volume so you can hear the waves. And you can choose to close or soften your eyes, or sit in a way that you're still. I've got families and children and laughter all around me. I can actually feel too the tide creeping up behind me. And one of the wonderful things of beach yoga is a surrender to all that is, that you cannot control. And those are the gifts you're to receive when you're out in the elements. And thank you for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you at Pacific Sands Beach Resort. You can pre-register at guest services, and we'll have beach yoga 4 times a week in July and August. We'll see you soon.